Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds. And here with me today, I have a diamond in the rough for you guys so you get to know him. His name is Daylan Dotson. He's an edge rusher at a Tennessee Martin. Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you too, man. Nice to meet you. Thank you for having me on your thank you for interviewing me. Thank you for having me in cast, man.
Yeah, so part of the reason why I reached out to you for this interview is I feel a lot of people really need to know you because really one of the top edge rushers this season in the FCS, and going to make a big splash there with a lot of great talent there at UT Martin this season. So but before we get talking about anything else, if you don't mind just kind of setting the stage, tell us where you're from and begin to walk us through your journey.
My name is Daylan Dotson. I was originally born in Selma, Alabama, but moved to Savannah when I was like 3, 4. So yeah, I grew up in Savannah, Savannah native. I went to Jenkins High School, man. Jenkins, I was a linebacker coming out of high school. Before I even played D-line, like two-star linebacker, I got recruited by a lot of schools. You know how the recruiting process goes. Recruit like schools like Coast Carolina, Alabama A&M. I was talking Navy at a certain time. I was talking Memphis at a certain time. So you know how the recruiting thing goes. UTM actually took a shot on me like 2, 3 days right before signing day. Like called me in the middle of the night because I was waiting on Memphis between me and the JUCO, and they had picked the JUCO guy. So you know that was going with the transport and everything. So UT Martin took a chance on me. Coach Osborne drove up here like the day right after they offered me, got me comfortable with the situation. I just went on from there.
Cool. So, you were talking a little bit about your days there at or I'm sorry, Jenkins High School, and in that you had actually played another position. You played linebacker, but just kind of want to talk to you overall about your time there in high school. I mean, as an athlete coming out of there, what was it like, man? Talk about your high school success or any of your fond memories of those days.
Man, well, high school we always had a good football team. My school was really known for basketball because when I first got there, my freshman year, like when I was in 8th grade, they had won the state championship. So they were known for basketball first. They were really known for football, but like ever since I got there since 9th grade, like we just went to taking off. We had a quarterback that committed to Citadel's name was Javante Middleton, nicknamed Sauce as we called him. We had Tyrone Scott. He played for Missouri State last year. So we had a lot of guys on our team for real. Then like sophomore years when I really started playing, started getting more reps, and I was just an edge rusher then, like a linebacker, outside linebacker, come off the edge, third and long. Then after that, it was junior year, they would like move me to linebacker. Junior, senior year, they test me out because that's what coaches said they wanted to see from me because I was like kind of a small guy. I was just fast. So moved a little linebacker, moving sideline to sideline, just giving them what they want to see. And I got to like 230. That was like good shape for me, everything. And I started playing well. Then my junior year, we had went to the Elite Eight. Like we'll always go to Elite Eight and stop. Senior year, we had got a lot of new additions, but it was a lot of dudes that grew up. Like we had a dude named Torres Simmons. He goes to West Virginia. Joel Cash. He goes to Coast Carolina. We had Ronald Cooper. He goes to Georgia State. Like we had a packed defense. Kilo Stone. He was at Georgia State, just flipping with the Ole Miss. Man, we had a packed defense, man. I think like 7 out of 11 of our guys signed on the defensive side of the ball my senior year. We went to the Final Four, man. We lost to Chris County, man. That was a tough one. That was like my first like hard loss because like that was the farthest I ever went in the playoffs, closest I ever been to touching the ring in high school. So, but high school overall was great, man. Just the coaches, Coach Cameron, Coach Benton, guys that really kept us like they were more mentoring us than coaching us. Like we'll see them in the hallways. One of our coaches was the ISS teacher, so like
Hmm.
he's strong for discipline. So like every time we'll do bad or the teacher say something, he'll make us come roll the whole hallway up and down. So now our school clothes dirty. Man, it was just a lot. It was just a lot of stuff. Like it was. And then in basketball, I had a coach named Coach Heller. Like she was like I wouldn't say strict. She was just the grandma of the team. Like it was certain stuff we couldn't do. Like all the sagging. You wear a belt everywhere you go. Like before, like pre games for basketball, we had to dress up. That was like her tradition. We had to dress up, suit, buttons, ties. We had to cut our hair. It was just I grew up in like a traditional like high school, so like that just helped me for what type of man I am today for
So
real.
completely whipping you into shape, I guess. I mean, at an early age, I mean, having some guys there that help mold you into the person that you are. I mean, again, early on there in high school. So you talked a little bit about moving around as a football player, like trying to find your spot, your role. When was it when you finally got yourself situated and you knew that edge rusher was more your thing?
For real, it was just UT Martin for real. Like at all schools I was getting recruited at was linebacker, linebacker, linebacker. I'm going to camps, I'm going to linebackers, I'm going to the Mercer Satellite Camp. Like I'm winning my one-on-ones, I'm talking to a whole bunch of coaches and everything. But when I first got here, like Coach Osborne, like he's a DC for Charlotte now. Like he's seen something in me that like I didn't even know I had. Like the first day he was telling me about the hands and how I could he see me being successful, like all the success that I've had today. Like he started my growth in D line. Like he made us watch film more. He brought us in up more. So like Coach Osborne was a dude who really made me play DN. Like when I first came here, I'm telling all the guys we doing 7-on-7. I'm like, oh, I can play linebacker, I can play linebacker. They like, no, you can't. This is college. No, you can't. This is college. So they just like the team and Coach Osborne. They was like, yeah, you just gonna be our edge rusher.
Well, I mean, you kind of have to trust your coaches. I mean, if they put you somewhere, you just kind of have to roll with it. So, anyhow, so let's talk about UT Martin. For people that may not know UT Martin and really what it's all about, I mean, when you step on the campus there, and attend those classes, I mean, what makes it so special? Can you just kind of talk to people about that?
Man, UT Martin is just like a family oriented place, man. You know, we say our coach Jay Sipsy always says all the time that Walmart is our mall for real. So like you'll see everybody in town, everybody from Martin at that Walmart for real, man. It's not like too much going on here. It's like the country type. It's not no city, but it's like the team is so connected by that. Like I'm hanging with some of my guys right now, you know. So like everybody watches film together. Like I'm room with a running back and a linebacker. So like it's two different sides of the ball. You feel me? They always telling me like how I can do, or how I can move here, or how the running back reads this. You know, I didn't watch film with quarterbacks, all type. It's just the family bond here is strong, man. It's just there's one this because you know they always say like it's nothing like high school for real. Like they always like people like when I was in high school, the college players come back like it's nothing like high school. High school is so fun, but it's like college, man. It's like I really love these guys, man. Like I really love my school.
Yeah, and it's a little different, man. You guys bond a whole lot different in college because it's a completely different experience. I mean, you're a student athlete. There's a lot of expectations on you to do things. So what are you doing as a student? I mean, what's your major right now?
Majoring in communications. My secret is broadcasting. You know, I'm trying to, you know, when all this football stuff said and done, I'm trying to, you know, be one of the Shaqs, Charles Barkley. Them. I feel like one of my teammates, Chris, like we always sit and debate. Like I can show you some of the recordings of like teammates in the locker room yelling about top 5 QBs in college, top 5 players in the NFL, like all types of like we talk about sports all the time. I feel like then I did when I growing up, I was like I was in like public speaking classes and stuff like that. Like I already then been on the news for high school and stuff, and like being in the studio and seeing like what all comes with the studio, like how people got to record it, switch camera like every second, like that really like I really have fun with that. Like when I be in class, like we be doing labs, like the stuff we be doing is kind of fun. Like I've made like a few commercials for like grades and stuff like that. And I feel like I did pretty good. Like I had fun doing it.
Cool. Well, I mean, yeah, there's a little bit that goes into it. I mean, I remember myself, I've had a few growing pains. I mean, if you people look at some of the things I did like 2 years ago, things are night and day, man. Quite literally, I have a spotlight on myself. So, cool. So, let's continue to talk a little bit more about UT Martin and some football. So, playing on that defense, man. How would you describe that defense and what you guys are trying to execute out there?
The defense, man, I could describe us, man. We felt tried. Like if I could just say one word, tried, or we felt played with. You know, like we always get overlooked. Like I had a few guys that I played with last year that I feel like should have got a shot. You know, but like they didn't. You know how the world goes with football and everything. But it's just like we got a chip on our shoulder. Like everybody out here play. We go show people every year, the last 2 years, like what type of team we are. Like before the year before passed, they count us out. Like they're not gonna win again. They're not gonna. But it's like we playing with. We feel played. That's all I gotta say. We feel played with.
Well, I mean, and you yourself, let's kind of focus on you strictly as an athlete. I mean, you're a different kind of edge rusher, I feel. I mean, a guy who could drop back into coverage, and do a whole lot of different things. I mean, how would you describe yourself as a prospect? I mean, again, we're looking at you as a guy who is going to get an opportunity to maybe go into the pros here very soon. So, how would you describe yourself?
I feel like I'm a strong side defensive end, or I could be a weak side defensive end if you just want me to rush every play for real. I feel like I can drop back. Like I'm fast. I have quick feet. I'm not just like no big defensive end that can't move for real. Like I'm good slant across the face. I can do anything you want me to do. Like you can put me in different types of schemes. You know, I got like in high school, I played linebacker background, so like I know how it feels to run around. Like I didn't have to guard like one of the fast people that go to FAU now. So like I didn't guard him when I was like 16, 17. So like I know how to move. I know how to flip my hips. Like I can be whatever the defense wants me to be. Like whatever they want me to be, I can do that.
So, I mean, I know I don't necessarily want to pigeonhole you into a certain position, but what I kind of see is a guy who, there's teams use a whole lot of 3-4, and what I see is a guy who could probably go out there and play a Sam day one, for a lot of different, teams out there. So, again, a Sam in a 3-4, being that guy who's going to be blitzing a lot. But then occasionally being in coverage. So that's kind of how I see you. And I think that mindset comes from that background. And you are a guy who can do that, but you're also a guy who can get after the quarterback. 9.5 sacks last season. We're an All-American, and all conference and all that. I mean, but when you think about like everything that you've accomplished today, what are you most proud of?
Man, the thing I'm most proud of is I finally got my little brother to play football for real, like in his high school. Like my little brother, he stays in Alabama. I'm sorry to get kind of emotional, but my little brother stays in Alabama. I don't really get to see him like that, you know. So like I really didn't get to grow up with him. I seen him a few summers, but like now he in high school, like he be sending me his plays. He actually plays outside linebacker, but in their high school, like they don't call it the same. They just call it the outside linebacker now.
Sure.
So like he's actually playing, he making plays. He calls my phone. He like now he has an Instagram. Now he like old enough. He got his own phone. He see all the stuff I'm doing. He calls me. I talked to him the other day. Matter of fact, it's just I'm actually starting to see him like it's like I'm setting an example for him, and I didn't even like get to be around him, but like he see how everything going. He chat with me. He called me. And that's like one of the things I'm most proud of is that my little brother playing football.
Well, hey, I
Shout
mean,
out to you, Hayden.
obviously, setting an example for your younger brother there, but you also set a good example for those around you there at UT Martin, this season being named a team captain. So, what does that mean to you?
Man, that just means like I wasn't trying to take it like a huge responsibility on my shoulder. I just know that now, like even this been the model since last year on our team. Like I just gotta keep our head down. Like we have some vocal leaders on the team. I don't like really see myself as a vocal leader. I feel like if I'm out here putting my head down, I'm in the weight room, I'm throwing on extra, I'm walking past you. Like even with like some teammates when they tired, like I don't be like, oh, get up, go stand up. I walk past, I'll be like, bro, I'm here with you. Like I'm one of those type leaders. Like I just want to let them know, like whatever they doing, like they struggling on, like it's a couple teammates that we've been working out with. Like we on our last set of dumbbell incline and they got some heavy job. I put it on. I'll be like, bro, I'm right here with you. You just got 5 reps, 1 rep at a time. Like I'm that type of guy. So I just know like what being a leader this year is just certain things I can't do. Like I can't weigh my emotions on my shoulders how I usually be. Like in the heat of the moments, like I know I gotta be calm and tell them like everything gonna be good. Like I'm right here with you.
Yeah, I mean, dude, there's a lot that's going to be changing for you guys this season. I mean, when you think about everything that's happening, I mean, you did very well in the Ohio Valley Conference, but now they're merging with the Big South, and you have a few different opponents, and buddy, you've probably got like one of the hardest opening games in the entire NCAA going up against Georgia week one. Um, when you look at this upcoming season, man, just kind of give me your thoughts about expectations, games you got circled, or anything, man. Just kind of give it to me
And
straight.
I'm the type of guy, taking it 1 week at a time, man. To be honest, I thank God that Georgia on our schedule. Everyone wants to prove they're the best. Everyone feels like I said, our dudes felt play with. Like we playing Georgia, like we finna leave it all out there. Like it's nothing you could tell us. Like then, yes, our schedule seems like looks hard, but like we're gonna play probably the best team in the world, and then play some teams like this FCS. Like not trying. You feel what I'm saying? Like do it like that, but like I feel like Georgia being in the front. I just want to get like a circle. Like I know the O linemen or people that I play in Georgia, like there's not going to be people that like I see that's going to be like on that level. So like I'm going to come out there, I'm going to do my little thing. I feel like I can play with Georgia. There's a couple of linemen that's there now. Like they have a dude named Austin Blasky. He like fighting for the one spot. The lad McConkey dude, the small 84. Like I played him. I beat him in high school. So like I played people in high school. Like I wasn't just playing those sorry balls. So like I just see that as like just a game to go out there and prove the type of dude I am. Like how they look at us like, oh yeah, they FCS, they small, Georgia's gonna run through them. Like it's not finna be that. Like all us got everybody on our like every time we break it down, I'll be like, everybody, if your people went to work this morning, like you're not done, like job's not finished. Like our people went up and go to work that day, like we trying to go to work. Like we not just finna see them like, oh, it's Georgia. Y'all like they a team, them boys put on these socks and underwear just like we do. You know, like one game I do have circled though is SEMO. Like the heads and tails that they did us last year, didn't go to the playoffs, and like they boost them. You feel what I'm saying? Like they boost who all they are and stuff like that. And it's cool and everything, but like I don't really know too many people over at SEMO. Like I only really know Geno Hess. So like the 11 and stuff like that, like they beat the same things we beat. And if you go look at the schedule, like we had like more of a win margin a little bit, and like we had more. I'm not gonna get into that, but yeah, SEMO, like I don't really mess with that. I don't really mess
Hey,
with SEMO.
if that's the team you want to hand a loss to, I mean, obviously you're fired up about it, like you're planning for it. I mean, and hopefully that'll happen for you guys. But yeah, just kind of like you were saying, I mean, again, week one, I mean, I think it's all about respect, like going out there and earning that respect. I mean, like you said, I mean, you don't want to be some cream puff team, man. Like you want to go out there and you want to show the world that you guys can go against these uh five-star recruits, which obviously they've got a crap ton of them there at Georgia. That's just how it is, man. I mean, you're going up against the best, potentially in all NCAA. But if you're able to hold your own, get some respect, I think that's going to carry over into the rest of this season. I do want to give you the opportunity to just kind of shout out any of your teammates. I mean, obviously there's a lot of guys there who really deserve some respect as well. Give me some of your boys there.
I got it's like sophomore Christian Dowell. Like he knows we played Boise last year. He had 7 tackles. Like he's one of them. Like he was just a young dude, so he didn't really play like that. We got corner O'Shea Baker. Like he was All American like freshman year. Like we got a lot of ballers on our team. Like we got a dude named Tevin Ship, like the leader I said, like one of the captains this year. Like he's stepping up. Like this is his first year starting. Like gonna have a great year for us. The other D linemen on the other side of me, Jalen Rogers, like he really who set me like he really one of the players who set me down and like made me watch D line stuff. Like I always like if I'm watching highlights, I type in a linebacker. Like last year I was obsessed with Devin Lloyd. Like I kept watching his highlights all the time. Like he set me down. We watching dudes like Javon Hargrave, Max Crosby, we watching dudes like AD, Matt Judon. Like he set me down to actually like he is a student of the game. So I feel like this year gonna be great for him. We just had a transfer come from Memphis named Josh. Like our secondary, like Jack Lucas, Carson, I can name the whole team. Like everybody on our team finna go crazy this year. Like if you look on the roster and you say defense, they finna go crazy. That's all I can say.
Cool. And you yourself, 9.5 sacks last season. Real quick, give me a number. What are you shooting for?
This year I'm trying to shoot for 15. I feel like when I watched film last year, like I missed a total of like 8, 9. Like I like 9.5. It's cool and everything, but once I go watch film, like I watched film with my team the other day, like we was realizing like how much plays we missed. Like West Illinois, Lindenwood, like I probably missed like 2, 3 sacks those games both. So it's a lot of stuff, a lot of money I left out on the field, but I'm not gonna leave no money out there this year.
I got you. Well, if you get up to a number like that, man, I mean, you're going to be in discussion for that Buck Buchanan Award. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, kind of hard to top an All-American season, but I mean, I think that's the only way to do it, man, is to go out there and kill it. So, how about today? If I were to ask you, maybe what is your best moment so far as a college athlete, like a game or something? Like when we think about like all the games that you've been a part of, whether it's one of those moments against SEMO or something, but give me maybe your favorite moment, like or even a play that sticks out.
Well, my favorite play is last year we played EIU when it was like 40 seconds. I got like the game stopping sack for real. Like it was finna drive, they was trying to score last second. I got that sack. The favorite game is when we played Austin P here. Like I think that was the 2021 season, bro. Like they didn't score on us defensively. Like our offense, like it was having a bad game. Like it was like we didn't give up no points except for like a field goal. Like our offense came back, they drove the ball 99 yards in like I think like 15, 20 seconds and scored. Like we won. Like we blocked the field goal to stop them. Like that Austin P game was like that. I seen like when our offense wasn't scoring, like I seen our defense, like the older guys before me, like we not finna give up no points. Like the whole game wasn't allowing any points. We getting 3 and out straight off the field.
Cool. Well, sounds like you're really pumped and waiting for these games to happen this year. I mean, obviously, don't want to leave anything left on the table. And you want to go out there and prove it. So cool. Daylan, I want to get a chance to meet you outside of football a little bit. I mean, obviously we've been talking football now for a while, but I want to talk about Daylan Dotson, the person. So, what do you feel people need to know about you? Whether it be your interests, hobbies, any passions you got in your life, man. Can you give us a little something interesting about yourself?
And free time, I'm a big YouTube guy. Like I like watch YouTube. Like I watch football, funny videos. I play the game a lot. I just chill. I chill with my friends a lot, man. Like a hobby that I say I do is really play the game for real. Like outside of football, if it's not football, I'm just in my room or chilling playing the game. My mom's a preacher, so I grew up in church household. So like I know how it is. I know who I got to give my thanks to. I know how to live. And that's really it for real, man. This is my mom's a preacher. That's a huge thing about me. Like
Cool.
I'm really into it.
A couple quick questions for you. Hopefully, just a quick, short question answer bit right here, real quick. So, do you collect anything?
Nah, I don't really collect anything except for rings, OVC rings. I got two now.
There
Trying to
you
get like
go.
four.
Yeah, there you go. How about any pets? You have any pets?
Yeah, I had a dog. Like I don't know which was type, but I had a dog. Her name was Sophie at the like in Savannah. Like that's my dog.
All right, cool. How about a dream car? Do you have are you a car guy? I don't know. I mean, you
I,
got
I just
something?
want I just want me a luxury Benz, like S class or something, just something nasty. I just want like a nice luxury car.
Awesome. Uh, favorite treat or snack? Like, what is that for
Uh,
you?
Candy is like we go candy is Mamba, like the Mamba ropes. I feel like it's the best candy in the world. Mamba rope, that's the best candy in the world.
Okay. Obviously a guy who is from the Georgia area, who is now doing his thing there in Tennessee. So, what's the farthest you've ever been from home?
I've been to Michigan. Michigan's like 20 hours from Savannah. Yeah, I made that trip to Michigan one time. That was the farthest I ever been from home. Nah, not really. Like, yeah, Michigan. Then we played at Boise State last year, so I know that's far from home. We played at Idaho. So yeah, that's it for real, for real.
All right, cool. Is there a celebrity that you would love to meet someday?
A celebrity I'd love to meet someday.
Like music artist, a
Mm,
movie star, or even an athlete?
Probably Ray Lewis, man. Like when I was linebacker dude growing up, like I cried his last game, like his last Super Bowl game. Like my dad, they was all in there laughing at me, but I was like boohoo crying when he finished playing football. So like that was that's like I was really inspired by him, like for real, for real. Like, yeah, I really love to meet him.
All right, cool. What about guys at the next level that are playing more or less your position now? I mean, uh are you a big fan of anyone in particular?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Matthew Judon and Brian Burns, like those guys are crazy to me. Like Matthew Judon is crazy. Like he got those red long sleeves on, so like it's easy to see, like, oh yeah, he's out there just like he be out there working them, like, he be out there killing them every game. Like it's certain like we be like our coach, Coach Santana, he has NFL like breakups or cut ups of people. So like we'll go in there and watch Patriots. Like I didn't watch all of his sacks, like every sack, like he goes crazy.
Cool. Well, I think that's enough for now. I mean, is there anything else that you want to share about yourself that you haven't already? Like any special talents or anything else about yourself?
Um, One thing about me is I like to win. Like my whole life, like I'm a winning guy. Like even no matter how long it take, no matter how hard it take, no matter what, like I'm gonna keep going till I win.
Awesome. As we close up shop, man, want to give you an opportunity to talk to those scouts, man. I mean, I know you got one last, I know you have 1 year, perhaps even another, to really show scouts that you belong in the NFL. And so I want you to just kind of talk to them, tell them why you make a great addition to their team. So go ahead and hit them with your pitch.
I feel like I'll make a great addition to your team because I'm the type of guy that like I come from, struggle, like I always had to work hard to get where I'm at. Like none of this has been easy for me. Like high school, barely got to college, like barely got UT Martin hit me last second. Like I took this opportunity before I even came, like even visited the school. Like, I ain't never knew about this place. So I'm just the guy that like gonna put my head down, keep working. Like you guys, Ronnie, ask my people, like whatever you need me to do, like I know how I need to provide for my family. I'm that type of guy. I feel like yes, my mom, my dad, they always been good, got me nice things and everything. But I'm the type of guy like I want my parents to sit down. Like anything that it takes for me to have my parents sit down and live their luxury life and St. Augustine how they ask for it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it till I see it.
Awesome. Daylan, do wish you very best of luck this upcoming season. I mean, I feel like, I mean, if people are sitting here watching this, they see that you're a very hungry individual that wants to go out there and get after it and really prove to everybody that you belong. So again, wish you very best of luck this season and beyond. All right.
All right, thank you. Thank you for having me for real, for real. Thank you for having me. It's like a dream come true.
No problem. Daylan Dotson, edge rusher there out of UT Martin. Check this guy out.